guys, so I'm back with a new video and let's talk about Paradise City. So I'm sorry I took a bit longer with this video. For some reason I just wasn't in the mood for this show. Obviously I wanted to watch it, but in the past few days I just really wasn't really excited about this one, but luckily I got around to it and I watched the first episode. As per usual in my pilot reviews, I only watched the first episode, even when the show comes out, like when all the episodes come out all at once, which is this case. But I only watched the first episode, so this is sort of my first impressions, first thoughts of the show. So without further ado, let's get into it. So if you don't know what Paradise City is about, this is the sequel to the movie American Satan, and this is about a controversial rock band that has some ties to the occult and black magic and all of that, but it also deals with their relationships, like the relationships between the families and them with their girlfriends, and just a lot of music and relationships, at least from what I gathered in the first episode. I was pretty surprised that no one was talking about the show because it has like a really interesting cast. It stars Cameron Boyce, Andy Biersack, Bella Thorne, Bubu Stewart and Olivia Culpo. Yeah, it's an interesting set of actors. Obviously Cameron Boyce isn't with us anymore, which is a bit weird to watch the show after he passed, but yeah, apart from him, it also has Bubu Stewart, who I know from the Twilight franchise. It's weird, and I know Olivia Culpo from being ex-girlfriend of Nick Jonas. Yeah, and it has like Bella Thorne, who I'm not really a big fan of, and the main reason why I wanted to watch the show actually was Andy Biersack. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. I was mainly really curious to see if he was a good actor because I had never seen him in anything. Obviously he's in the movie, but I haven't seen it, so I guess it's also interesting. I'm giving you the point of view of someone that hasn't seen the original, the movie. So I'm going into it without really knowing the past story and just learning about the story from the show. So yeah, I already said that all episodes came out, so the whole season is already available. But I also have to mention that this is an Amazon Prime show, so yeah, it's on Amazon Prime. Now that you know the basics of the show, let's get into my thoughts. So as I said, I haven't seen the movie, so it's interesting going into the show. I like the fact that they explained a bit of the past of the band, like in the first 5 minutes of the first episode, so that was nice. I didn't feel like I was missing anything, but I did feel like I was getting spoilers from what happened in the movie. I guess that's my fault because I didn't watch the movie, but I still plan on watching it, and I feel like now that I know sort of what happened, I might not get anything from the movie. So I don't know, I feel like it's a good thing that you are able to watch the show without watching the movie, but at the same time it's the thing that if you do want to watch the movie, maybe you won't get anything out of it because you already know what happens. I don't know if it is true, but I feel like they explained a few things that might be like big spoilers from the movie. I don't know. We'll see. I think I'll end up watching the movie. So yeah. On more of a technical level, I liked it. It had like a good directing, it flowed well, the shots were pretty. The font that they use for the locations, it's an odd one. It's like really big and it takes a lot of the screen space. I wasn't really a big fan of. You couldn't really read them that well, but I guess it's fine. I watched the show with subtitles, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, there was something odd. Story-wise, that's where this gets interesting, because although I did enjoy it, it has like a really soap opera feel. It's like really dramatic, really cliche, really predictable. Yeah, it has like that soap opera vibe where everything like looks like it's the end of the world, like everything is so over the top, which I mean might be what they wanted with the show. I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting because this is about a rock band and the show having like a soap opera feel. It is an interesting mix, I'll say that. As I said, I only watched the first episode, so what I'm gonna say might not be the case, but I feel like the show is not going to lean into the occult stuff. There was some talk about it, but this was mainly about the relationships and the drama between the girlfriends and the boyfriends and all of that. And yeah, I wanted a bit more horror. I know this is categorized as a musical, but the movie is categorized as a horror musical, if I'm not mistaken. So I went into this wanting a bit of horror, and I don't think that's going to happen, but I might be wrong, so I guess we'll see. And while we're on that, I do have to say this has like some really nice songs, and it doesn't sing in this because of some like copyright issues with labels and all of that. But the songs that they played in this first episode were nice, as well as the score, like the soundtrack, it's also pretty good. Again, it has like that soap opera slash teen vibe when it comes to the soundtrack, but I'm not mad about it because I like that type of music and I like to discover new songs, so this is great for that. All in all, I would say this is more of a guilty pleasure type of show. It's not a good show, but it's one of those that you just get into it, and even though you know it's not a good one, you want to know what's going to happen next and how everything is going to turn out. So I think for me this is more of a guilty pleasure type of show, but maybe younger people will enjoy this. Oh, and acting wise, this doesn't have like the great acting. Obviously Cameron Boyce and unfortunately Bella Thorne, they are great. I was really surprised with Bella Thorne because, yeah, I don't think she's a great actress, but I'm a bit biased because I'm not really a big fan of hers. Yeah, I almost put off watching the show because of her, because, yeah, I really don't like her, but I do have to admit that she was pretty good, at least in this first episode. Post that, let's get into my conclusions. So, did I like the show? I guess I did. As I said, this is more of a guilty pleasure for me, but I think I'll end up watching. It's only 8 episodes and around 40 minutes each, so it's going to be like a easy watch, a binge watch. I think I'm going to be able to binge watch the rest of the season. And yeah, although I know it's not great, the story is like really dramatic. I want to know where this is going, and I want to know if this has like more horror tones. And do I recommend it? I can say I do. Like, as I said, it's a guilty pleasure type of a show, so I can't really recommend it to you because it's not a good show. Like, the story isn't great. It's, as I said, really cliche, and nothing really stands out. Like, there's nothing really amazing that I would say watch for this or for that. I mean, if you really like any of these actors, go for it, but it's not a show that I would recommend. Like, if people ask me a show to recommend to them, this wasn't it. Like, I wouldn't recommend this one. So yeah, just watch it if you feel like having a bit of a laugh at how ridiculous some things are in the show. And yeah, guys, these are my thoughts on Paradise City, the first episode. Let me know in the comments if you've watched the show or if you started it. Let me know what you think of it. And if you haven't started yet, let me know if you feel like watching it. I know I said that I don't recommend it. Maybe what I said is what you like. So let me know in the comments all your thoughts. And yeah, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!